Good morning. It is Wednesday, December 2nd. My name is Jason Stanton. I serve First Lutheran in Onalaska, Wisconsin as senior pastor. This is my morning musing for today. This Sunday, December 6th at 6 p.m., First Lutheran is going to have our monthly Faith Alive U course. I am a bit biased as to the presenter. I think she's probably the best presenter I've ever heard. It's my wife, Carla Stanton, and I'm actually not exaggerating. She's quite engaging with whatever she's presenting, especially on stuff she's passionate about. She's passionate about a lot. And as a spiritual director, she's very passionate about the Enneagram. And so that's what we all have the privilege of accessing, is her knowledge of an introductory understanding of the Enneagram. I thought I'd read the paragraph that's on our website. Spiritual growth takes time and calls each individual into a deeper understanding of self and others. The Enneagram is one way we can discover more about our inner self and the ways we can respond to the world around us. In this introductory course, spend time with spiritual director Carla Stanton exploring which of the 9 types you may be, and learn how each type responds in times of joy and in times of stress. And then this is the sentence that describes what the Enneagram really means to me. Take away a deeper knowledge of self and how you've been created to reflect unique aspects of God into God's creation. And I really, it really, I think, fits well with the Lutheran understanding of vocation, that we have each been created to be certain gifts for the world, to offer certain gifts to the world, and becoming more familiar with what your gifts may be and becoming more familiar with how you're built will, at least my experience is, it'll help you offer those gifts more readily, with more confidence, maybe connect you to your purpose more deeply. Whether you're still working, and what does your day-to-day work have to do with what you can offer the world, to your relationships, which means you could be retired or be a middle schooler or high schooler. No matter what age you are, there's always purpose. And that purpose has far more to do with the ways that God has called each of us into a life of service through relationships and actions than simply our jobs. So I think it's the Enneagram helps us identify a lot about ourselves for the sake of others. It was 4 years ago now when I dived deep into this. I'd been familiar with the Enneagram before. Actually, when I first came to First Lutheran, a member at first sat me down and talked through the 9 numbers, and I'd never heard of it before that, but he was so excited to help me discover what number I was. And at the end of it, at the end of that introduction, he did what I've found out from spiritual directors like my wife have said, don't ever do this, and that is assign a number to someone else. He said, you're a 1, I can tell. And I'm like, oh, okay, what's a 1? Words that go along with a 1 are rational, principled, purposeful, self-controlled, perfectionist. And I thought, okay, some of those words resonate with me. But then as I read through the other numbers, I thought, well, maybe I'm a 3. And this is hard, right? Whenever you do these personality tests, it's like, well, I could be this letter, I could be that number. That word means a little more. It almost feels, it can almost feel like kind of random, like I could be this or that. The Enneagram, though, has felt different to me in that it doesn't just describe my personality, but it's getting at how God created me to be and how I respond to opportunities, challenges, joy, and stress, and where my God-built being goes in times of stress, especially. So that's how I kind of figured out which am I, a 1 or a 3. Because the Enneagram not only describes how I may reflect unique aspects of God at my best, but also describes how obstacles and challenges keep me from reflecting the way God has uniquely built me. Stress makes me terrified of failure. I find myself comparing myself to others. I'm too image conscious. I lose touch with my own feelings. That's a big one. It's like, I don't even know if I'm upset right now. I don't know. I can appear very inauthentic, or maybe some people might say cold. Knowing myself then, and knowing that that's where I go in my stress, that's helped me understand I'm a 3. And once I've landed on 3, when stress comes along, I'll be like, oh, I must be stressed out right now because I haven't noticed a feeling for a couple weeks, or I've been too overly worried about how I'm appearing to this person or that person, or my need for affirmation has led me to do this and that mistake. And knowing me has helped me know God and God's will for me, and that has shaped how I serve others. As pastor, as husband, as father, as son, all my relationships are informed by me having a better understanding of where I go in my stress moments, especially. So I want to invite you on this journey, whether you're kind of familiar with the Enneagram or not. I think it'll be a good 45 minutes or an hour, something like that, for you to kind of reflect more on how God has made you. Prior to taking the course this Sunday, December 6th at 6 o'clock, you are being asked to take a brief online assessment. It's going to make a whole lot, Sunday's Faith Live U course is going to make a whole lot more sense if you have taken that assessment. Go to our website, and it's on the front page where you can click on it and get to the assessment. Or just go to firstlu.org/assess. Keep faith alive. See you Sunday.